So it's not enough to simply upgrade the consumer line of Dodge Chargers and Challengers, giving us the new jailbreak, red eye, 807 horsepower, new scat packs, new Hellcats, the usual. The police are also going to be upgrading in 2022. They're going to be bringing some heat to the streets coming this year. They're not playing around with you guys. They're tired of you running from them. And I would be too. But that may be changing here in the future. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? It is your boy Knockout 360 here with another video for you guys. So as you can tell, I'm in a car. That makes it a car vlog. You already know how it's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. If I can speak today, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out, right? So let's talk about it. 2022 Dodge Charger Pursuit. Obviously, they're not bringing anything with the Challengers. It's strictly the Charger, as you already know. They're going to be coming in two variants. We're talking about 2022, the brand new stuff. Two variants. They're coming in the 3.6 liter Pentastar, which was my first car and I loved it. And it's going to be coming in the 5.7 liter Hemi, which a lot of you guys have and love, right? Now, to my understanding, police departments can choose whether or not they want to upgrade their current fleet to the brand new 2022s, or if they just want to keep what they already have, or they can choose specific cars, right? So instead of just replacing the entire fleet, which as you can imagine would be expensive, they're just going to replace one or two cars, right? Maybe bring in a 2022 to replace whatever, so on and so forth. As you know, local cops drive Chargers, right? Your local city cops. In our case, CMPD, if you're in Charlotte. And then, of course, the big state troopers drive Chargers as well. They generally drive the 5.7s. And to my understanding, their 5.7s are all-wheel drive. So no spinning with those cars, man. But let's talk about it. The 5.7 liter Dodge Charger Pursuit in 2022 for cops will have 18 miles in the city and 27 miles to the gallon on the highway. I actually think that's better than the regular RTs. I thought that like the regular RTs was like 14 in the city and the highway was like 18. I could be mistaken. That may just be the scats and cats. But it's going to come with 370 horsepower, which I believe is a little less than, it's a little less than the standard Hemis. I think the standard Hemis are putting down like 375, which is negligent. I mean, 5 horsepower, that means nothing. You can get it in a rear-wheel drive variant or all-wheel drive. When I say you, I'm talking about your local police department. So they come in rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. So not all Chargers that you see are all-wheel drive, and they're certainly not all rear-wheel drive, right? I would imagine the state troopers probably have all-wheel just because they're the ones that's going to be patrolling the highways and running you down. And rain, sleet, or snow, they're going to be the guys that's driving all day long. Let's see here. 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 all-wheel drive engine delivers 300 horsepower. That is an upgrade. Because I think the 3.6 liters for the SXTs only put down like 292. The rally package may put down 300, but I think the standard SXTs put down 292. So they get a little bit of a power boost. 264 pound-feet of torque, up to 27 miles per gallon on the highway, and that's the V6. The 5.7 liter V8 automatically features the fuel saver technology that automatically deactivates 4 cylinders when 8 is unnecessary. And as you know, with the cop, you can imagine if you're just sitting there idling all day, you probably don't want that thing just drinking that gas all single day. 370 horsepower, 395 pound-feet of torque. So a lot of torque, because for obvious reasons, they got to get up and go and get you guys. Rear-wheel drive system comes with the all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive comes standard with the 3.6 liter. But the rear-wheel drive comes standard with the 5.7, although you can option it out for the 5.7. Ballistic door panels, so bulletproof. Secure Park uses the brake transmission switch interlock to prevent the transmission from shifting out of park when engaged. You don't have to worry about your car rolling around. Steel safety frame construction, which is literally like this. It's almost like a roll cage. Basically, it's a roll cage in the entire car, which helps protect occupants by managing and controlling energy during the event of an impact. So if you think you're just going to crash into a cop car and destroy it, not likely. Front and rear crumple zones, backup camera, yada, yada, yada. The interior looks the same. It comes with either your standard 7-inch touchscreen, or it can come with your, I think it's 12.1 inch, which is that big screen, right? Yep, Uconnect 12.1 inch touchscreen. So they've got options there. So the biggest thing is as far as the fleet is concerned, it's pretty much the same for 2022. 3.6 liter, 5.7 liter. One thing I have been looking at here, and a lot of people have been DMing me, is about like the 392's and the Hellcats, right? Why do certain departments have 392's and Hellcats and other departments don't? To my understanding, based off of how it was explained to me, those are generally seized vehicles. Those are not vehicles that the department orders stock or standard, right? Those are not cars that the department orders from Dodge and says, we need 60 392's, 392 Chargers, right? We need 60 Hellcats. That's an expense that 9 times out of 10, the city would not provide for that particular department. You know what I'm saying? That actually happened down in Georgia, where a police department ordered a Hellcat Charger, and the Hellcat Charger back then was like 80,000, 82,000. And once the city found out that $82,000 of the city's money had been used for one car, they immediately made that department send the car back or sell it or get rid of it. So 9 times out of 10, if you see a Hellcat Charger cop or 392 Charger cop, they didn't order that standard. That's just what they seized from someone who lost their car, right? And that actually happens because that has happened in Charlotte, where a lot of those cars that were involved in the raid that took place 6 or 7 months ago, or last year actually, that took place in that raid that got seized, a lot of those cars are not going back to the owners, right? They're just simply not going back to the owners. And then you ask the question, well, what happens to them? What happens is they get repurposed as police vehicles. Now, if it's Ferrari or a Honda or something like that, 9 times out of 10, the police aren't going to do anything with it. They'll just trash it or sell it and get some money off of it. But if it's a Charger or like I've seen undercover Mustangs, I've seen undercover Camaros, 9 times out of 10, those cars are getting repurposed. And that's where and why you see certain departments with 392's and Hellcats as opposed to others. Because realistically speaking, 9 times out of 10, the city isn't going to approve a police department for ordering a $60,000 Scat Pack Charger, for the sake of whether it's a state trooper or whether it's a independent police department or city cop, whatever. They're not going to approve that. You know what I'm saying? What they will allow is if you seize that car and it's yours, it's the state of North Carolina, it's the local police department, CMPD's property at that point. At that point, you can retrofit it and turn it into a cop car, which is what a lot of you guys see when you see 392's and Hellcats on the street. That department didn't pay for that. No department's going to be granted $80,000 for a Hellcat or $90,000 for a Red Eye. You wouldn't see that. But if that car gets seized by that department, it can then be repurposed for the police department as they choose. So you've got 3.6 liters, you've got 5.7s, you've got 392's and Hellcats. I've seen them all. I've seen 392's in North Carolina. I've seen Hellcat cops in North Carolina. 9 times out of 10, those cars have been seized in some sort of whatever, drug deal, drug bust, whatever the case may be. Those cars get seized and then repurposed. So that's what you see when you see a 392 or a Hellcat on the street, and it's a cop car. That's what happens generally. But for the most part, as far as new cars are concerned, they will be bringing the Dodge Durango. You know what I'm saying? The Dodge Durango is always a staple of police departments. They have been switching those cars out for those old Chevy Tahoes that they used to use, or the Silverados back in the day, right? The Dodge Durango RT 5.7 liter as well as the 3.6 liter is options as well. So the Dodge Durango, they've got the Dodge Charger. I've seen Durangos in Huntersville, seen Durangos in Statesville, so those are definitely active. So pretty much, everything's coming from Dodge. They just don't give them the higher end Scat Packs and Hellcats and stuff like that. But for the most part, the setup is the same. Mopar 2022 police lineup is the same. It's the same as 21, 20, and so on and so forth. Nothing to be surprised there. But I did think it was interesting that as Dodge comes out with 2022s for consumers, they also come out for 2022s for police officers as well. So with that being said, guys, just keep your eyes open. These cars are blending in every single day. Unmarked cars look just like us. They'll pull up to you, rev at you, take off, and as soon as you take off, you're getting arrested for reckless driving or street racing. So be careful out there. But as always, it's your boy Knockout 360. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.